Right, Dan. It looks like Xbox are not getting VR support. Microsoft are not interested.
Why? What's the point?
Well, in an article that I read today, Mike. Now, this is one of the executives of Microsoft. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Ybarra?
Mike Ybarra. You basic sort of Ybarra.
Yeah, basic.
He has said that there is nothing substantial or worthwhile in VR, even though the Xbox One X, they said it was VR ready. I seen the advert. They said when they were about to launch it, it's VR ready. It's the most powerful console, and it's VR ready. And now they're saying we see no reason to go into the VR space.
I don't know. Sea of Thieves in VR. That'd be amazing. That's the first thing that popped into my head.
Shitloads of games in VR. I don't understand this snobby sort of like attitude towards VR. You know, you talk to some people and they're like, oh, it's gimmick, pointless. Oh, we don't need it. Everybody needs VR.
I loved VR.
He did go on to say, this article goes on to suggest that Microsoft are not into it now because they're waiting for it to have wireless technology.
Do you think that... Oh,
yeah.
You just said what I was going to ask. I was going to say, do you think they waited to like outdo everyone else?
That would make a lot of sense, because I want a PC gaming rig that's VR, but I don't want cables. I want to just chuck it on my head and just go to another world.
The cables are annoying. You sort of sat there or standing there with like cables down your back.
It's like the PlayStation VR. I can afford that now. You know, we can go and get that now. It's affordable. It's like £200 now.
Is it?
Yeah, but when I borrowed one, the amount of wires.
Yeah, they're not like small wires either. They're quite thick and long wires.
Yeah, they're chunky things. They got boxes on them, and they connect to another box of wires, and then you're like, well, I've lost control over what I'm plugging into places.
The one thing I don't like about VR is I loved the VR, like the way everything worked and stuff. I thought it was like smoother than I thought it would be, but because I'm quite like a sweaty person, they smoked up like every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, normally
steaming up. I'm like rubbing them all the time.
Normally you only get that in the beginning. Is to do with the temperatures changing, because the temperature of your forehead is different to what's been outside, but yours must be
the longer I wore
pulsing.
The longer I wore it. If I wore it for about an hour, like at the end of that hour, it'd start to steam up constantly.
We hooked our PlayStation VR headset to the Xbox, remember? And you played Far Cry 4 as a second screen.
No, yeah.
You were about 4 hours in it.
But I didn't have a TV though. I thought you meant like I was on it playing it like VR.
Oh
we
no,
were
but
playing Dead Island.
Oh, Dead Island was, yeah.
And I was just sat there for hours. It felt great. I was just using it as a screen. It went in VR. Nothing moved when I turned my head.
No, still good though, isn't it? It was like probably like a 80-inch screen in your head.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I did feel good when I took it off in the end. I didn't feel like sick, but I just didn't feel good.
Yeah, we should have like alternated.
No, you've got this thing, haven't you, where you won the TV.
Well, I just want to see my surroundings. Yeah, but the VR, because that's what I would do if I had a VR headset. If I was designing one, number one, it'd be wireless, and number two, a little small tap on a screen would show you the real world. Because
yeah, that'd be amazing.
It'd have to, wouldn't it? You know,
it's like Iron Man stuff.
Yeah, I don't mean like the visor.
No, I know, but it's like crazy, like sounding stuff.
Well, I don't know if there is a function that does that, because it makes sense. Because you are so vulnerable when you're in VR, especially if you've got headphones in. You know, how safe do people feel they can lock themselves into VR for 3 or 4 hours? You can get mugged, anything. You know.
Get mugged.
People can come into your house. I'm a bit gutted with... I would have bought an Xbox One X if... Because, you know the PlayStation VR?
Yeah. You
got a PlayStation Pro.
Yeah.
I don't think the VR takes advantage of the Pro.
So
it doesn't upscale to 4K or anything like that.
Oh.
So there's no, you know... And I think... I don't know, I was a bit gutted to read this morning that Xbox are not having one, because I thought my pathway to VR now is about £1,200, £800 for a rig, and then £400 for the headset.
Right. Yeah.
You know, Xbox makes that cheaper because it'd have to retail about 400 quid for the headset, and the console's 200, 300 quid. So the part I'm going to be in VR this year, but so far the price tag is about £1,200. Well, if Xbox brought it out, that brings it down to 700-800 quid. I don't know where I'm going to get 1,200 quid from.
Well, I do think they're probably waiting though.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna, in like a year or a few years, they're gonna come up with like an amazing VR thing.
Yeah, they're not going to release a big gaming peripheral like a VR headset for a console that's in its last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've also got the Nintendo Switch that it's got the capability of Google Cardboard in sort of technology.
I don't think they got to be doing something VR. It's not like a waste of their time.
Well,
it's got to be good from them.
Facebook put $2 billion into it a couple of years ago, and I mean, VR is used a lot in like professional settings. So like doctors are using it. They project that in the future you'll be able to go and see a doctor. They can perform surgeries because you can have these like tools and you remote control them. You not remote control them. Yeah, you could perform surgery on someone in a different country.
Okay.
Because they'd use like mechanical arms and stuff.
Yeah, I thought you meant that.
Yeah, and it's mapped to your thing. So the future for VR, we think the future VR lives or dies on whether or not it can be accepted as a gaming platform. But it got other uses in other parts of the world and other industries.
They just got like them two sticks with the circles on the end to do surgery.
Valve are releasing one, aren't they? A VR headset, and that's where they think Half-Life 3 is coming.
Okay.
The most wanted sequel in the history of sequels is Half-Life 3. I didn't really play them, but they got a cult following. So Valve got a partnership with HTC at the moment with the Vives and stuff. But a couple of weeks ago they announced that they're developing their own headset. Now, if Valve can bring a headset to market and they can make a game like Half-Life around VR, just for VR, then you might see VR take off bigger then. Because every game we play on VR seems to be a pad game converted to VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to see a game that is... Oh, me and your sister, when we had the Samsung Gear, we went on this like social networking VR. And within 5 minutes of us... So you had to create an avatar, and we went and had coffee in Paris. Right, so we were sitting in our office, and we went to Paris for coffee in a nice coffee garden, and some guy come in and tried banging your sister.
I remember the story. Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I got a VR headset. Oh, I can cyberstalk."
Perfect moment to pick up girl.
And he was so immersive that your sister ripped the headset off. Oh no, kept the headset on because she thought she was in the world, and called for me to help her. and the avatars were static; they didn't move. So yeah, so the news was that it doesn't look like Microsoft are developing a VR headset for their Xbox consoles anytime soon.
You said, yeah, there we go, soon.
Yeah.
Might happen.
Might happen, probably won't. Well, it won't happen this generation, but it has to happen next generation.
It's coming. I think it's coming. It's got to be coming.
Yeah. So, that's all I got to say, innit?
Yeah.
You done?
Yeah.
Cool.